All right, we are live. Donna, let's see. It should let you in any moment.
Doesn't seem like it's working, Larry.
Yeah, she's trying to connect right now.
She sent me a link. Could she go back to the memo that she sent me and join that way?
Oh, it came from me, actually.
Okay. Can you hear us? We
cameras.
can hear you.
I can hear.
Okay, well, it is now 7:35. I would like to call to order the May 11th meeting of the Common Council. If you'll please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to our nation's flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
To the flag
of the United
United
States of
States
America
of America.
and to the republic
Republic
for which
for
it
which
stands,
stands
one nation,
nation
under God, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, many of you know, and I believe most of you know, that this past week we lost a true gentleman, a nice guy, a person who loved Norwalk, a person who served Norwalk on many different levels, most recently as chairman of the parking authority, along with his wife Patsy, who also served the city of Norwalk for decades, trying to make Norwalk the best it can be. It was very sad when I learned of the passing of my very good friend and the good friend to many of you, Dick Brescia. As I say, a true gentleman, a wonderful man, and he definitely will be missed. So if you will please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. May he rest in peace. Clerk, if you'll please call the roll and read the announcement.
Mr. Burnett,
Present.
Ms. Johnson,
Present.
Mr. Langella, Mr. Sacchinelli,
Present.
Ms. Smith,
Here.
Mr. Hubelman,
Present.
Mr. Roberts,
Present.
Ms. Revolis,
Here.
Ms. Young,
Here.
Mr. Kides,
Here.
Mr. Theodorides,
Here.
Mr. Keegan.
Here.
Mr. Sirenides,
Here.
Mr. Livingston,
Here.
Ms. Shanahan,
Here.
14 present, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda, the acceptance of the minutes of the regular meeting of April 27th, 2021. Do I have a motion? Ms. Revolus, do we have any corrections, deletions, additions? Seeing none, all in favor of approving the minutes as presented? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is public participation. Mr. Manzi, do we have anyone wishing to address the council?
I am not sure. If you'd like to speak, please raise your hand electronically now and I will unmute you. I do not see anyone, Mayor Billing.
Ms. King, do we have any correspondence which you have received which needs to be read into the into the meeting?
I have none, Mr. Mayor.
Does any council person have any correspondence from any constituent that they feel needs to be read into the minutes? Seeing none, thank you very much. Under resignations and appointments, we have one reappointment from William Michael Harden to the Parking Authority. Do I have a motion? Mr. Theodorides.
Serenides. I know we get
Mr.
confusing.
Serenides.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to move for reappointment. I know him as Michael Harding. I'm not going to go through the William Michael Harding. For a reappointment to the Parking Authority. Michael has served on the Parking Authority for a long time. He's been a business owner, a part of Norwalk. He understands the troubles, the tribulations we've been on through with parking. He's very understanding, easy to work with, and I think he's been very supportive to all the businesses in Norwalk in helping come up with a solution that also benefits the city and the businesses as well.
I totally agree. Thank you. Do we have any more comments or Mr. Harden? Seeing none, all in favor of the appointment of Mr. Harden? Opposed? Abstentions? Approved unanimously. I want to thank Mr. Harden. It's not an easy position to fill. And as Mr. Serenides said, I think he does it very well. Next on the agenda is Mayor's remarks. I've got quite a few tonight. Bear with me. I'll try to make it short. Tomorrow is Eid al-Fitr, a Muslim holiday, which marks the breaking of the fast of the month-long dawn to sunset fasting of Ramadan. We wish all our Muslim friends well. Last week, we celebrated the opening of our first bike repair station at Calf Pasture. It's really rather interesting. So if anybody would like to go down and take a look at it, I think you'll be quite impressed about the quality of the item. It's also great so that people, when they have problems with their bicycles, have a place to stop. There are tools available. They can do so many things, and it's really quite interesting to take a look at. Tomorrow is the annual police memorial service at 11 a.m. at the Norwalk Police Station. It's going to be a little bit shorter this year due to COVID, but all the council people are invited to attend 11 o'clock out front of the Norwalk Police Department, where we pay a tribute to the memory of the 4 police officers from Norwalk who lost their lives in service to the city, but also to all police officers across the nation who lost their lives serving their individual communities. So again, you're all welcome. On Wednesday, May 19th, there'll be the P-TECH graduation. You know, P-TECH is one of the schools within Norwalk High School. They have a partnership with IBM where the students have a mentor from IBM and work with IBM rather closely. And it gives them an opportunity to have a wonderful career and also to graduate from a 4-year high school program with a 2-year degree from Norwalk Community College, which is also a partner of the P-TECH school. Thursday, May 20th, as most of you know, and we've announced previously, we're going to be opening City Hall without restriction to numbers of people. You know, it's been open for many, many months by appointment only. And previously to that, we had windows to service the needs of the community. All people coming to City Hall will be asked to check in, and we will ask that they also wear a face covering or a mask while they're in the building. May 22nd is the annual Memorial Day flag ceremony at St. John's Cemetery. I think many of you have attended in the past. That's where a partnership with King Industries. We take flags to the different cemeteries around the city of Norwalk and place a flag on the graves of all the veterans. It's really very solemn ceremony, and we really appreciate King Industry for having done this for so many years. On the 23rd of May, we will have our annual ceremony at the Shea McGrath Memorial down at Cap Pasture. You know that Shea and McGrath are the two Medal of Honor recipients from the city of Norwalk. If you haven't read their story, I would encourage you to do so. It's a remarkable story of two remarkable heroes who gave their lives saving their comrades. It's just very sad to read, but also makes you very proud of our city. Norwalk's Memorial Day Parade, we are planning on holding it on May 31st. We have 3 Grand Marshals this year, World War II veterans, who every one of them is over 100 years old. The parade will probably be a shortened version. We also ask people in attendance to please, if you're with people within proximity of people that are not part of your family or that you don't know closely, please wear a mask, maintain social distance. We're still not out of the woods with this COVID virus. The Rowayton Memorial Day Parade will be on Sunday, May 30th. That steps off at 12 o'clock on Highland Avenue. It's also a very nice parade, and I'm sure that people will be obeying or monitoring or following the protocols that we've set in place. Also, like many other communities all around us, we have canceled our fireworks display for this year. We believe that having that many people at the beach when there's an unknown factor as to what status we'll be in on July 4th or July 3rd, we felt it wise to cancel the fireworks, or I felt it wise. And we had to do it by the beginning of May, or else we still would have to pay the vendor a fee for the fireworks and the barge. So we have, as you know, we have just recently received word that Pfizer vaccine is now eligible to be, is now okay to administer to young people in between the age of 12 and 15. With the trending towards younger people contracting the virus, I think this is really great news. I was going to have a meeting with my staff so I could update you further just before this meeting, but I had a meeting on the Norwalk Public School strategy, and I had another meeting with the various mayors from different communities, so I didn't get a chance to, but I will update you and the community as quickly as we get more information. And last but not least, tomorrow, on May 14th and May 15th, we will have the Fema mobile vaccine unit that will be administering Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson down at the Webster Street parking lot. This is the FEMA vehicle that was recently made operational, and we are getting it in Norwalk on the 14th and 15th. The time is going to be, I believe, from 8:30 till 5 o'clock or something along those lines. But it's a walk-in, and I think we'll be looking to get as many people as we can. That is my update. So now I will turn it over to the council president, Mr. Sacchinelli.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And tonight we do have some resignations to announce. Emerson Sterniti is resigning from the Arts Commission. We do also have an appointment to replace that seat. I believe, is there anybody that would like to move that appointment? Mr. Roberts?
Definitely, I would like to move Elizabeth Terniff. Just want to say we're very lucky on the Arts Commission to have Elizabeth with a wonderful expertise. She's the owner of Cherry Street Art. And Elizabeth promotes art for not just the community, but for individuals as well, showing the benefits that it brings to the communities and actually just publicizing it to where, you know, art needs to be more within the community. So I just want to say I'm thankful and definitely honored to actually get Elizabeth this actual nomination.
Thank you. Would anybody else like to speak on the appointment here? All right, we'll take a quick show of hands vote. All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Excellent, unanimous. Just moving on to the consent calendar. Tonight is going to be read by Mr. Tom Keegan. Mr. Keegan, over to you.
Thank you, Council President. First item is to authorize the Mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to enter into a settlement agreement with the defendants in the eminent domain lawsuit bearing case caption and docket number City of Norwalk versus Estate of Arthur Kosha Senior et al. ESTCV 18 5020119-S. Under A, Finance Committee. Authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to submit the municipal grants in aid certification to the state of Connecticut for grant funds provided under the state of Connecticut Municipal Grants in Aid for fiscal year 2021 in the amount of $402,915. B, Planning Committee. Authorize the mayor to execute any and all documents associated with submission of the PY 47 AAP to HUD. Number 2, authorize the mayor to execute any and all documents consistent with the approved PY 47 Annual Action Plan. C, under Public Works. 1A, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an agreement with Deering Construction, Inc. for project PM 2021-2, permanent roadway repairs and service restoration for amount not to exceed $320,380. Account noted. 1B, authorize the Chief of Operations and Public Works to execute orders on contract with Deering Construction, Inc. for project PM 2021-2, permanent roadway repairs and service restoration for an amount not to exceed $32,038. Account noted. 2, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an agreement with Woods Men's and Boys Clothing for project number 4087 for a sum not to exceed $17,680 for fiscal year 2021-22, $18,148 for fiscal year 2022-23, and $18,447 for fiscal year 2023-24, with an option to extend for 2 additional terms of 1 year each. 3, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an agreement with Olmsted Tree Company for a sum not to exceed $60,000 for fiscal year 2021-22, $60,000 for fiscal year 2022-23, and $60,000 for fiscal year 2023-24, with an option to extend for 2 additional terms of 1 year each. Account noted. Authorize the purchasing agent to issue a purchase via sole source to Asset Works, Inc. for the Fuel Focus Island Controller upgrade in the amount of $39,503.58. Account noted. Number 5, technical correction of the Common Council action of December 11, 2018, item Roman numeral 7C4, to add accounts designated for professional engineering services for the inspection and evaluation of city-owned bridges 20 feet or less in length. Account numbers 091760305777 C0367 and 091960305777 C0367. Other accounts noted. D, land use and building management. Approve New England Energy Controls Incorporated, an authorized service representative for KMC Building Energy Management Systems, as a sole source vendor to maintain and service KMC energy management equipment in city buildings. This approval shall expire July 1, 2024. Number 2, approve Automated Building Systems Incorporated, an authorized service representative for Allerton Control Systems, as a sole source vendor to maintain and service Allerton energy management equipment in city buildings. This approval shall expire July 1, 2024. 3A, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an agreement with L&R Plumbing and Heating, LLC, for heating pipes replacement project at DPW Truck Garage for a total not to exceed $163,400. Funds are available from accounts noted. authorize the mayor, authorize the Office of Building Management to issue change orders on contract for a total not to exceed $16,300. And 4A, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute a contract with Cup Elevator Corporation for the Norwalk City Hall elevator modification and upgrade project for a total not to exceed $200,000. Funds are available from the following account: 0920-/21 71005777 C0439. And 4B, authorize the Office of Building Management to execute change orders on the contract for a total not to exceed $20,000. And that is the consent calendar.
Thank you, Mr. Keegan. I'll take a roll call vote. Councilperson Greg Burnett,
Aye.
Councilperson Dominique Johnson,
Aye.
Councilperson Nick Sacinelli, aye. Councilperson Barbara Smith,
Yes.
Councilperson David Huvelman,
Aye.
Councilperson Kadeem Roberts,
Aye.
Councilperson Diana Revolus. Sorry, I wasn't looking up. Is that a thumbs up?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Councilperson Darlene Young,
Yes.
Councilperson John Coyotes,
I apologize. Yes.
Councilperson George Theorides,
Yes.
Councilperson Tom Keegan,
Yes.
Councilperson George Sirenides,
Yes.
Councilperson Tom Livingston,
Yes.
and Councilperson Lisa Shanahan.
Yes.
Excellent. It's unanimous. Before I pass it back to the mayor, I'd be remiss if I didn't congratulate. I went right forward and didn't congratulate Elizabeth Tardif. So I do want to make sure that I publicly congratulate her on that appointment. And thank you. Mr. Mayor, back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Sacinelli. Mr. Livingston, item 7D, 5A and 5B, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to move 5A and 5B together and then speak to them if I could.
Please.
5A, authorize the purchasing agent to issue a purchase order to JCJ Architects to provide conceptual design services and professional cost estimates for the Columbus School South Norwalk School project for a total not to exceed $28,000, account noted. 5B, authorized to establish a contingency for additional services as may be required for a total not to exceed $2,800. This is an important step in the planning and construction of a new neighborhood school in South Norwalk. And as the council knows, the Board of Education of the city have been exploring feasibility of building two separate schools, a replacement for the Columbus Magnet School, as well as a new neighborhood school on the same site in South Norwalk, sharing a cafeteria and gymnasium. The purpose of this item is to approve the hiring of architects to provide a conceptual design and cost estimate for that project. The proposed architect for the project, JCJ, has previously done work for the city and was the cheapest of the three firms contacted. If it is deemed feasible, the city will then commence with the process of identifying and purchasing land for the project, and the goal of which is to have control of that land so that we can submit a grant application for the new schools to the state by June 30, 2022. Alan Lowe is here if there are any specific questions, but otherwise I recommend this item be approved.
Thank you, Mr. Livingston. Is there any questions of Mr. Lowe or any further comments by any council member? Ms. Young.
I'm just happy to see that we are finally taking some steps in the right direction. As we've heard before, this has been several years, quite a few years waiting for this to happen. And so I'm just happy to see that we're taking these steps to get this going.
Thank
Moving
you.
this project forward. Thank you.
Any further discussion or questions of Mr. Lowe? Mr. Keegan.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I just can't wait to vote yes for this.
I think we kind of all feel that same way, but thank you. Any further discussion? Okay, seeing none. Ms. King, would you take a roll call vote?
Mr. Burnett,
Aye.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Sachinelli,
Yes.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Huvelman,
Aye.
Mr. Roberts,
Aye.
Ms. Revulis, can't hear you.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll tell you, it's important because people are listening and can't see us.
No, it's my computer. It's not me.
Ms.
It's
Young,
not me.
Yes.
Mr. Kides, I'm sorry.
Yes. I said
Okay.
yes.
Thank you. Mr. Theodorides,
Yes.
Mr. Keegan,
Yes.
Mr. Sirenides,
Yes.
Mr. Livingston,
Yes.
Ms. Shanahan,
Yes.
14. You have a quorum. I mean, you have a quorum. It's unanimous.
Thank you. That's wonderful news. Next item, Mr. Livingston, item 7D, 6 Alpha and Bravo.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Once again, I'd like to move both items and then speak to them.
You have the
Item-
floor. Mhm.
All right, thank you. Item 6A, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an agreement with M&J Engineering PC for the Silver Mine Elementary School driveway improvements design project for a total not to exceed $50,000. Account noted. And 6B, authorize the MPS Facilities Department to issue change orders on this contract for a total not to exceed $5,000. I think most of us know that this item relates to the proposed driveway improvements at the Silver Mine Elementary School. We've heard over the last couple of years a number of concerns about the dangerous conditions, particularly at pickup and drop off at that site. This item relates to hiring M&J Engineering specifically, which was the lowest qualified bidder of 12 responses to an RFP. And the funds are already included in next year's capital budget. So the idea is that we'll get the design work done and then the construction work would be done during the summer of 2022. Bill Hodel is here if anybody has any questions. But once again, I recommend this item be approved.
Thank you, Mr. Livingston. Does anybody have any questions of Mr. Hodel, or do they have any further comments? Okay, seeing none. I'm sorry. I don't see any hands up. So Ms. King, if you will take a roll call vote.
Mr. Burnett,
Aye.
Ms. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Sachinelli,
Yes.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Huvelman,
Aye.
Mr. Roberts,
Aye.
Ms. Revulis,
Yes.
Ms. Young,
Yes.
Mr. Kides,
Thank you. This computer.
Yes.
thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Theodorides,
Yes.
Mr. Keegan,
Yes.
Mr. Sirenides,
Yes.
Mr. Livingston,
Yes.
Ms. Shanahan,
Yes.
14 votes, it's unanimous.
Thank you, Ms. King. This is another very important project, a safety issue for the students and parents and staff at Silver Mine School. So thank you all. Okay. Ms. Shanahan.
Motion to adjourn.
Ms. Shanahan made a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Thank you very much. Passage, Ms. Revolus?
Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
It's also Haitian Heritage Month, so to
Ah.
our constituents who are happy Haitian Heritage Month. And because of our wonderful mayor who did a proclamation for us several years ago, May 18th, we raised the Haitian flag as well. That's it.
Thank you for reminding us of that. Another important day for many of our constituents here in Norwalk in our diverse community. Thank you.
Yeah. That's all. We can adjourn.
Okay, we are adjourned by Miss Revolution.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks.
Right.